Getting fired from my trucking job was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me, and here's why. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Rich. I am one half of Two Tired Black Parents, where we talk about family, marriage, vlogs, and anything in between. In yesterday's video, I explained why I got fired. In today's video, I'm explaining why it was possibly the best thing that ever happened to me. Now, have you ever been at a company where you just didn't feel like your worth was being noticed, that you were putting more into the company and the company wasn't putting that back into you or pouring that back into you? That is how I felt for many years. I was with my company for about 3 years. At first, it was great. And if you know trucking, they will put you on loads that pay the best as far as like mileage, or if you're like at a 1099 company, they'll put you on something that's high paying for a while to coddle you. And during COVID is when trucking was really just booming. It was booming and we were making money. But then after COVID subsided, that is when changes started to be made. And they were taking people from this lane and putting them on this lane and putting new drivers on the lanes that, the older drivers were on. And I was okay with that, right? I feel like, and I'm one that believes that everybody deserves a chance to make money. As long as I'm making money, you should be able to make the money as well. You know what I mean? So that was happening, and I rolled with the punches. But then as time went on, it was like I'm doing the same work, or I'm doing the best that I can. And now that COVID has subsided and the rates and stuff has gone back to normal, now you're feeling like you need to nitpick on every single thing that a person does. So for about a year and a half, I contemplated, I need to get out of here. I need to leave this company. But the reason why I did not leave is because of the scheduling. The scheduling worked fine with my schedule, my home life. And that began to change when it came to the new contracts that the company was getting. They were getting contracts that did not fit my schedule. Now, I'll work, but when it comes to me working, I'm going to work the way that I want to work, especially when it comes to me and my family. My family comes first. And it seemed like they just didn't understand that. I understand why they did what they did, because they have a business to run. So, me personally, I wanted to leave. I just never worked up to the courage to leave. Every single day I was going in unhappy. Every day I had a gripe. And it all led back to what they wanted me to do outside of my family time. Like I said, I completely understand. It's a business. All the wheels need to be greased in order to keep that business rolling. So I understand it. But I was putting myself in a funk. I was depressed. I was angry. I was mad at the whole situation. So I really wanted to leave. I just never worked up the courage to leave. But now that they fired me, and this came at a bad point. I was going through a custody battle. I'm still going through that custody battle. It was right before Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, all these major holidays. I get fired 30 minutes after my custody hearing. Talk about depressed. Talk about scrounging and thinking what my next move would be. I put in other applications. I got offers. I went to interviews. But God told me don't do it. He said, trust the process, because you leave one company, you go to another, they're all the same. They get you in, feed you some good stuff at first, and then later on, you getting scraps. That's trucking in general. So, with that being said, like, God told me, He said, this is not what you want to do, Richard. This is not your purpose. This is not what you're destined to do. So, take your time and do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. And within that time, I promise you, I felt the weight of the world off of my shoulder. I felt I felt okay. I am working on a better me. And in that process, I'm going to do what I want to do. Because we'll sit around and we'll make someone else rich and throw ourselves to the wayside. So, this is your time that if you can get out of what's making you feel down, depressed, it's your time to get out of it. So, yeah, that is why I feel like being fired was the best thing that happened to me. Listen, it's 2025, and we will no longer let those companies or people that try to hinder us from our goals to do that. We will not let people or companies take control over our life, over our mental health, our mental being. That ends today. Those relationships, those people that are in your life that try to hold you back from your purpose, we're getting rid of those. So, with that being said, we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.